Super pumped you're with me today on the Morning Coach Community YouTube channel. Excited to be here this Sunday morning as we're doing kind of a new thing. Some videos have taken off called our Silent Sunday series. And it's just a series where I kind of go into the metaphysical side of things that I've studied. I got a Ph.D. in metaphysics. But years I've studied this idea of being, right? And we've gone into various quotes and ideas, and people are liking those videos. So I'm going to continue to do them once in a while and create this playlist called Silent Sundays. And if you need a little spiritual pick-me-up or kind of a connection to something a little bit deeper, then it's a good opportunity to connect. So today, we're going to go into the ACIM. Now, this is a book called The Course in Miracles. It's got a really kind of weird background. Supposedly, this was channeled by a psychologist. And again, I don't want to get into the depth of the book itself, because it is a very controversial text. And if you want to study that a little bit, you will. But it was channeled, supposedly the voice of Christ channeled through this Helen, who was a psychologist, who then worked with a partner to write this book. It came out in the early 70s, I want to believe. And it really took on a following. Marianne Williamson has written exclusively about this. And there's some concepts Eckhart Tolle, others have taken from this book and really expanded them out. And one of those concepts is the holy instant. So without getting into the controversy of the book itself, and if you want me to get involved in that, put in the comments and say, hey, JB, I'd like to learn a little more of the history of that book. I could go into that. We can do that. But I want to get into one of these concepts, and I really like it. It's chapter 15. It's called the holy instant. I just want to read you the first part of this because it's really pertinent to what we're going to talk about today. And it is this. Can you imagine what it means to have no cares, no worries, no anxieties, but merely to be perfectly calm and quiet all the time? Okay? And so the concept is the holy instant. And if we look at what Eckhart did with his book, was called The Power of Now. Basically, what we're doing is we're working in this relativity of time. So when it comes to the study of being and why we're here and what's really this whole purpose of what's going on, it's understanding this moment of time that we're in. So Einstein taught us years ago that time was relative, and we've all experienced that. If you remember in school and you had 30 minutes left to go home, and then those 30 minutes felt like forever, but you've been on the beach. Like I was in Cabo a couple weeks ago, and the time, Monday to Thursday, it was just one of the fastest experiences I've ever had as far as the relativity of time. So comparing it to the time in school, where time just creeped, to the time that we were on the beach, right, where it just flew. That is kind of how time just flows. But if we understand time, we start to get into the depth of the holy instant. This concept is that there is a moment in time, right now, this moment right now where you are connected to everything. And if we really think about it, it is the reality of time that it is truly the only moment. And this is where it gets deep. Because if you go forward in time, right, that is not even real yet. It will happen. It's a future. It will occur, but it'll be the continuum of this moment. It will be a now. And if you go in the past, that's all gone. That's just memory trace in your mind. In fact, if we have a discussion about the past, it's really interesting, because if we both looked at a picture or a painting, let's say, a minute ago, you may say that painting is ugly. Like, I didn't like that painting. And I may say, wow, that painting was awesome. And my energy of that past moment could totally be changed by my perception of the past. So a lot of people struggle in life because they get too far ahead of themselves, or they're too far behind, and they don't realize that the power of the moment is what it is. And here we call the holy instant. And there's everything that you can do in this moment. Can you imagine what it's meant to have no cares, no worries, no anxiety, but merely to be perfectly calm and quiet all the time? Well, that's where it all happens. It happens in this moment now. This is the moment, the holy instant. This is the time that we have to utilize. And it's where the real secret lies in the power of life. In my first book, Get Out of Neutral, that's what I really discussed, was my discovery and the clarity of becoming more mindful of the moment and not getting so far ahead. And then realizing that the past doesn't have to be what the future is. That the past is electricity in my mind, and I am giving it all the meaning that it really has. In fact, not only am I giving all the meaning to it, but I can actually shift the past with a perception shift, because it's electricity in the mind. It occurred, but it's the perception of it is what I believe. It's like a memory trace, right? That's what it is all about. So is it existent or is it not? It really isn't existent. Then when we step into the future, that doesn't even exist yet. So if we're worried about paying the rent 2 months from now, but it's not even real yet. We don't even know what's going to happen at that point. I remember watching Scooby-Doo as a child growing up. And I loved the part where Shaggy and Scooby were walking and they saw the shadow continue to grow. And as the shadow continued to grow, they got scared. And Scooby jumped up in his arms and Shaggy was holding him. And basically what happened is, as the shadow got bigger and bigger, as the light was behind it, their brains were seeing this huge monster. And as they came out, it was a mouse. So they had made that monster by looking at that shadow and this huge thing. And we do the same thing by not being in the holy instant and not by focusing on what we can do in the moment, by focusing on what may happen in really what is a non-existing future. It will happen. I mean, the future will exist, but not the way, more than likely, that we think it will. So does this mean that we get rid of planning and then we just live in the holy instant? No, we still have to plan. If you look at my Get It Done Now systems, it's all about establishing a mission and goals. We've got to understand the direction we're going to go, but we need to have the clarity to know that the power is in this moment. The power is right now to be able to change and shift that perceived future, what's going to happen. Can you change the past? Well, you can't really change the past, but you can learn about it and you can take a different perception of it. So maybe you failed in the past and you say, oh my gosh, it was such a failure, and you beat yourself up over and over again. But if you change your perception and say, okay, that was an educational experience and it's not as bad as I assumed it to be, then we can make true change. Okay, so one of the reasons that we do Silent Sunday is to talk about great esoteric knowledge, but it's also to get you to the place where you slow your mind down a little bit and find some peace. Because to me, that's where true success is, peace in the moment. Then I know you're getting it, right? So think about the holy instant today. Take some time to meditate. And if you're loving this, hit the like button and please leave a comment so I can do more content like this. This is something that I actually love to do outside of tech. It's what I've studied my entire life. Is the esoteric ideas of finding peace and living a great lifestyle and having some fun with it. So we're going to bring some of that to the community, but I'd love to hear your thoughts below. What do you think about the relativity of time? I know this is a deep topic, and the holy instant. Where is your head on all this? I'd love to continue the conversation. All right, so have a fantastic day. Have a great Sunday. Massive love to you, massive peace, and we'll have more right here on the Morning Coach Community Channel. Go do it to it. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, and here's some more videos for you to watch here on the Morning Coach Community Channel. Thank you.